Hello and welcome to the video. This is a very quick video for a Patreon of mine, a Patreon called Andrew. Now, Andrew is asking a really great question, and to be fair, I've had it from lots of other people, and I finally pulled out all my different goggles. I've got lots of goggles surrounding me here to test some stuff, specifically around Walksnail. Now, the gold standard for Walksnail is currently the Walksnail Goggles. I've talked before about the different options to get into Walksnail. This is, £500 worth of kit, whereas you can also get the VRX and put it on the front of your own goggles. And the question is really about, well, what do you need on the goggles in order to get the most out of something like a VRX unit? And this isn't only for things like VRX units, it's also for things like the other goggle modules from people like HD3. Now, the way it connects is there's a little HD cable that goes from the VRX unit into the HDMI input, and I've got my 3 goggles out here to play with. Now, my VRX unit is installed on these. These are the HDO2s. These are the kind of the best, in my humble opinion, analog goggles that were out there. There are also things like the Orcas and some of the others too, but this is my daily driver for the analog stuff. But I've put the Walksnail system on the front because actually the experience between these two is very close, and actually if you put them side by side you'll see that the optics bear a striking resemblance between the Walksnail Fat Shark Avatar goggles and the HDO2s, and there's a very good reason for that. They essentially are. However, it's more a question about, well, hang on a minute, what about if you go back a generation or 2, or maybe a generation or 3. Specifically, let's talk about things like, let's try them on the original HDO goggles. These were before the HDO2s. These were the first OLED goggles, and they had slightly lower resolutions. We'll go through all this in a moment. I'll show you some kind of screenshots. And then also what Andrew was talking about, I still have these, luckily, which are my HD3s. These were before the OLED revolution, and these were the flagship model. So these were kind of replaced by these as the flagship, and then when the HDOs were replaced by the HDO2s as the flagship. So let me show you what Walksnail, the VRX unit, looks like on all 3 of those. So let's try it on the HDO2s. The HDO2s have a resolution of 1280 by 960 pixels. It's a 16 by 9 layout, which is what you really want for Walksnail. It's a nice OLED screen. It has 1080p HDMI input and a nice chunky 46-degree field of view. We're looking at the Walksnail unit, the VRX in HDO2s, is very, very similar to what it looks like in the Walksnail goggles. So if you have something like a HDO2 or other goggles that have that kind of 1280 by 960 or better resolution, so it can display natively 720p or better with an OLED display, then you know what? By buying the VRX unit, you're essentially going to get the same experience pretty much as by buying these things. But let's try it on the older generation. Let's try it on the HDOs, not the HDO2s. Now, for the HDOs, we lose quite a bit of resolution. We go down to only 960 by 720 pixels. It's a 4:3 screen. Again, it's OLED, which is great, and it has much smaller field of view, only 37 degrees. However, it does support 1080p HDMI in. Looking at the VRX and Walksnail image within the goggles is actually still very good. The screen is stretched, so even though it's coming in the 16:9, it's stretched a little bit to cover the screen, but you can still read the very small fine print along the bottom. There's a little bit of smudginess, but it's very legible, probably thanks in part to the fact that this is a nice OLED panel. What if we try it on the HD3s? Now, these are only 800 by 600 pixels. It's a 4:3 screen. It's a non-OLED screen as well, and it has a nice field of view though, about 42 degrees field of view, which was the big criticism by lots of people when it went from these to the original HDOs. Well, looking in here, because the resolution is only 800 by 600, although it can display the image, there are a couple of issues. First of all is that there are black bars at the top and bottom of the image. They're not black, however, this isn't an OLED display. They're like a mid-grey, and that's quite off-putting. Secondly, the image is quite pixelated. It looks like you're looking at the image through the bottom of a sieve. So in terms of the experience, although it'll absolutely work, I think you're sacrificing a little bit too much, although the VRX unit will still work nicely with them. Is it the way that I would fly with it? No, definitely not. So let me very quickly talk about why it looks so good in these HDO2s, almost as good as in the Avatar goggles themselves. Analogue FPV is 640 by 480 pixels. The screen in the HDO2s is 1080 by 960, so when you're looking at an analog image, all it does is just stretch that screen to cover all the available pictures. However, if you're showing a 720p image on those same panels, it can display it absolutely natively. Then, if you look at 1080p compared to 720p is an awful lot more image, and that then gives you 1920 pixels across by 1080 pixels high versus the 1080 pixels across and 720 pixels high of 720p. So there's an awful lot more pixels available in 1080p. And that is something that these goggles can do. So if you want to run the system in 1080p as opposed to 720, rather than kind of reach the limit with the HDO2s, these goggles will absolutely let you do it. The other big difference between this is I'm looking and comparing this looking at 720p image. This will go up to 1080p, this absolutely won't. So even the best analog goggles with the VRX unit, although it will display 1080p, you are losing out. These goggles will give you the best experience in terms of a 1080p image from the Avatar system. Now there is another way that you can buy this stuff. You have the £200 VRX, you have the £500 goggles. Don't forget there are the Recons which you can get within the Walksnail HD version, which are only about another £80 more than the VRX unit and give you a complete goggle. If I didn't have something like a HDO2 to get into the Walksnail system and I didn't want to spend Avatar goggle money, the Recons are actually what I would go with. I think they're incredibly good value for money and they provide a really nice way to get into the Walksnail system for only a little bit more than the module for your existing goggles. Thank you for watching the video. If you watch my videos and find them useful, then please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. If you really like what I'm doing here, you can become a Patreon and support the time I spend helping others and get access to lots of exclusive benefits. Link is in the video description. Remember that all the videos on the channel are organized into playlists, so you can easily use those playlists to find all the videos on a subject that you are interested in. Add Painless 360 to your searches on Google and YouTube, and it'll help you find my content for any particular topic. Thanks again for watching, and as always, happy flying.